Farcaster. We are live, letting our chat know. I think I said life though. It is Monday, March 11th, and we are back to our regular schedule this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. for 21 minutes of Farcaster News to start your day. GM Adrienne, you're back from all the travels. How are you this morning?
GM. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be back home. I don't know how the nomads, all these nomads who just kind of live out of a backpack and are in different places all the time. I did 8 days, 3 different cities, 3 different hotels, and and then plus daylight savings that threw an extra hour time zone.
To throw us really off.
Can we just not ever leave my house again?
Not do that again. I get into those modes where I love to travel, and then as I'm traveling, stream isn't working. That's not
I see you guys, it's just not playing.
Oh, hit play. Sometimes you have to hit play. That might be it. Hopefully it's going to work. It seems to be working on my end, but you never know. We might be having technical difficulties. I love to travel, but I also love to get back home, I have to say. So that is a thing for me. So I am glad to be back home, getting back to a little bit of a regular schedule. Link says you did hit play. Sometimes that's a problem. Hopefully it's working. Hopefully it's working now. But if not, we'll have this recording out shortly this morning. And we have so much to talk about. The first thing we got to talk about, though, of course, is transactions and frames. Like, that is the big news. So that happened on Friday. Frame transactions are now live. This is from V. If you're on web, you can use any wallet you like. If you're on mobile, you'll need Coinbase wallet, at least temporarily. And you could post your frames in this thread. And there were some amazing frames that were popping up, including our friend Sam selling her candles in a frame via Shopify. Amazing. Through Seymour as well. So Cameron from Seymour TV was doing some amazing frames as well. So this is amazing. We're so excited to see this. This was another important note from V. Breaking change for some frames. Please set content type headers for images. Warpcast will reject any images without proper heading types. And enforcement started Monday, 9 a.m. PT, or starts this morning. So make sure you are getting that correct so your frames are displaying properly. And one more note from V here, transaction previews now show the dollar value. And this is HT to Deodad for his nice improvement. I thought this was really helpful. I saw this on a couple frames that I used with transactions, and that they did have this preview, including one that we're going to show you in just a couple minutes. A certain one from us. So there you go. It does give you a little preview. And I was like, oh, this is cool. This gives you a nice little preview of what you're doing. It also, hopefully you're paying attention to that. Check which wallet it's going to, all those things. Make sure you're interacting with, safe sites and all that. So, Adrienne, what do you think about these transaction frames? I've got a few to show as well, but before I show them, I wanted to just stop there for a minute.
I can't believe how fast we went from frames are an image with a button where you can kind of do a poll and have a little fun to here's a text
went from a BuzzFeed poll to full on commerce.
Here's a little text box. Yeah, here's a text box you can enter. And we always talk about safety on our show and saying be careful. What are the risks? People always want to know all right. And kind of what when to text input, it was there's really no risk except don't enter your seed phrase, don't enter information that, and Dan had a good cast that talked about kind of what are the risks with transactions. And I know he said they're going to be doing some things to try to almost allow a list or kind of
manage it,
the developer app store. Yeah. But for now, everything takes you out. But for now, all the same safety stuff, with using your
Exactly.
wallet applies.
And there's often been like these pop-ups that say, this is taking you to a site, I understand, etc. So we've
But
got
we
some
don't
things like that,
understand.
but we don't understand always. But be
We
careful out
understand you're
there.
leaving, but it doesn't mean you understand everything. I mean,
Right.
that's even all the wallet simulators of like, here's the
Exactly.
transaction. It doesn't mean people don't make mistakes, and
Absolutely. And
things happen.
especially you make mistakes when you're hurrying. And I say this to a lot of people. And I was one of those people early on where like when you feel the FOMO and you're like, I gotta rush, I gotta hurry, I gotta do. No, you don't. You really don't. Just take a breath. If you miss it, you'll catch the next thing. I promise. I
I
promise.
did have to
Something else will come
download.
along.
Yeah, I did download Coinbase Wallet because I use a different wallet on mobile. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll try it. So new wallet, interesting. I haven't downloaded a new wallet in a few years. Like just the whole usability, user experience.
Very different.
Obviously, I know a little more, but it was just very seamless. But now that wallet had very little funds in it. Felt very safe.
Yes, it's a safe wallet to play with, right? Very few your funds in there. So that's and that's kind of what I've been using. I downloaded Coinbase Wallet to make sure I had it for I knew there were going to be cookies. I knew there were going to be cookies in East Denver, so I wanted to make sure I was ready for them. And we saw some amazing frames. One other note from Rish and Neynar. Neynar APIs fully support TX frames now. Client developers can get TNX call data and post TNX actions. Frame developers get the transaction hash back when validating actions along with client details. Reach out if questions, and the docs are here as well. This particular post will be in our show notes. So if you want to link back to it, if you're a dev and you want to learn more about Neynar's transaction frames, you can go there. And then we had some amazing frames that came out that are a lot of fun. This one from Rob Sanchez. This is the Paybot, an easy way to pay users directly in the social feed. Example, Paybot at DWR 10 USDC. Transaction frame pops up as a reply, and the transaction preview and ready to sign, sending Dan 10 USDC for drinks at FarCon. So this is really cool. I did have somebody pay me 6 USDC. I think there was some kind of issue though. I don't think it went through, so then they ended up giving me DGen, but out of the blue. So thank you, IB. Appreciate you. And similarly, you had there is also a tip frame, and this is from Greg. Greg, and this is your post. Greg built a frame that anyone can use to accept tips. You can try it too. Copy this text, remove the spaces, replace everything after the equal sign with your username, and then add it to a cast. And I got to tip Adrienne. So I actually did tip Adrienne, and this was pretty cool.
What?
Yeah, I did. You didn't even notice. Just for fun. I did.
I want to talk about
I think I
this
gave you
then.
like $5 or something. I don't remember. Because I wanted to see how it worked. So I wanted to go through the process, and I thought that was really cool. So I think this is big. This is really big for creators. It's really big for creators to be able to do things like this, or even just the Paybot and being able to pay and have this kind of level of commerce and interactions. We're really getting to that network state point where we're just going to have our own little world here.
First of all, I played with the tips. I can't. First of all, your name didn't show up in my tip. Like I checked my transactions, so it's a wallet address. I'm like, who are these anons sending me tips? So I have to say, thank you.
You're welcome.
I did. Phil Cockfield bought me my coffee this morning. Thank you, Phil, for that tip. And
thank you for keeping Adrienne caffeinated for me. I appreciate it.
I got so giddy with just seeing the in-feed tipping, how easy it was that Greg developer built it, but there wasn't anything I had to do. It was just copy a URL.
Yeah.
And I'm showing my husband. I'm like, look at how easy this is. And again, just the idea of kind of this native transactional layer that's integrated. And he's like, but obvious. I was like, he's like, well, what do you have to do before? And I was just like, well, yeah, you could always send crypto wallet to wallet, but it's the integration into the feed with the transactions. Maybe, we've complained about all this like tipping degen because it populates the feed and how much we like the native warps giving.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's there, but there's a there.
There's a there. There's definitely a there. And it also makes it much easier. So you can see a million things that could happen with this. Like think about you go out to dinner with a bunch of people from Farcaster, and you could just be splitting a bill or something. There's just so many things that could happen here. But
because
also
it's social, because of the tie into
yeah,
social.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Right.
there's so many applications that we haven't even thought of yet. I guarantee it. There were a few other really cool applications that were thought of already. Oh, there was one other tipping option through Once Upon, I believe it is. And this was from Kiwi. So Mac Badowski tipped Jack 0.0009 ETH. So this is another way to tip through disperse Ether. So that was really cool. And then we get into some of the commerce pieces. So this was Pinata's hat store, limited supply of 25, 0.005 ETH, but watch the ad and get 50% off. And this was what was really cool. In order to get the discount, you must have an address connected to your account. So you got to watch this little ad in here, and then you got half off. And the way you got half off is that you were minting an NFT, which is my current background. So if you look at, if you went into your OpenSea, it might have dropped into your hidden, but it was in there. And this was like the fun little GIF that was inside the pinata frame, which also I thought was awesome. So it was this cute little like movie that was playing over and over again as part of the coupon. That's what you were watching with the ad. And then you got automatically this coupon NFT dropped into your wallet, giving you a discount on the hat. So the hats were limited. I didn't even want I already had a hat. I got a hat this while I was in Denver, as did
I got a
you.
hat.
So I didn't even want the actual hat, but I wanted to experience the process, and I was so excited to get the NFT coupon because it was really cute. So that's my background today. And another note, while we're talking about Pinata real quick, Mondays are now sponsored by Pinata. So there you go. So this is very exciting news. We did launch our new sponsorship tiers, and we have premier sponsorships. We have 3 spots, and we have 2 more coming maybe later this week. We're finalizing some things, and Pinata is the first one. So we're really excited to bring them on board. So you'll see Peony. This is Peony. You'll see Peony on various things on Monday. So we're excited to be sharing them with you. And the
Is it
big thing,
pronounced Peony?
I think it's Peony.
Is it Peony versus Penny?
I think it's Peony. I've heard Peony.
Okay.
I don't know. Might
All
be
right.
Penny.
I haven't heard it.
We'll
I've only seen it
to
written.
clarify.
So I said
I
Penny in
believe
my
that
head.
it's Peony.
Someone.
Somebody said Peony, and I think it was Paige. So I'm going with that.
Okay.
And
Well, no.
one thing about that is we've been very thoughtful about who we wanted to bring in as premier partners. And one of the reasons we really liked Pinata is the tools that they are developing for frames that right now are free for devs. So go check them out at pinata.cloud. It's really cool, and we've talked to them about it. If you saw the March Madness game that Adrienne crushed, by the way, um, that was built by
Thank
them.
you. I did nothing but rally a team. Team Adrienne.
Team Adrienne.
You guys are unstoppable. Love you.
They are. So one of the things that we're going to be working with them on is some other fun interactive frames that we can incorporate just because we're competitive and we like games. We're like, can you build us more games? Because we just want to play things. So that's coming soon as well. So just wanted to mention that. Few other really fun frames. Of course, I loved the super based hoodie that Toady Hawk did not make for me in Bring to Denver. So if you didn't see this discussion on our videos, we did drop all of our ETH Denver interviews. In one of them, you will see us talking with Jesse Pollock, and he's wearing this amazing hoodie that says super based, and this was made for him by Toady Hawk, and Toady made himself one, and Jesse one, and nobody else. So then everybody wanted one, so they made this frame. So you can order, I think it's still available. You can order a super based hoodie, and if you're with Yellow Collective, you get a discount, and that is already built into Slice. So this was really cool. You could just order right from the frame. It recognized whether or not you were a Yellow Collective member and gave you a discount, which was very neat. And also from Yellow, they launched their auctions in a frame. So you can now bid directly in the frame if you want to bid on their auction. And this is the current one. It is a dumpster fire. Yes, that is a dumpster fire head. So this is really fun. I was excited to see this. And yes, I did order a super based hoodie. So I'm very excited to get that. So this has been really fun. I love seeing all these new frames coming out. They've been a lot of fun. One more that I really was excited about, even though I am not a member of Club Ted, but I managed to finagle myself into here. Inaugural Club Ted Poker Night online is 321. $100 USDC buy-in on base to RSVP on at event, exclusive to Club Ted Originals holders. Notes, buy-in goes to me. I'll refund ASAP if you can't come, depending on numbers. This may be a tourney streamed on Unlonely, so anyone can bet on the winner, which that really got me excited. So this was really cool. You could click on the $100 buy-in, but if you did not have a Club Ted NFT, it would tell you need it to join. I was able to get somebody to kind of sponsor me who is in Club Ted. So I'm going to be playing poker on the 21st.
No way.
I really hope that they end up streaming it on Lonely so you guys can bet on me. But also maybe you don't want to. I don't know who else is playing. I'll let you know.
I hope so too.
How I feel about it.
Yes. Do you play or should I not ask?
No, I do play poker. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I haven't played for about a month, so I'm a little rusty, but
a month,
I do play. It's rusty.
Watch out, people.
For a while I was playing once a week. I haven't played for about a month. And when my friends, I have high school friends who we go on a trip every year and we basically just play poker for like 3 days straight. That's all we do. And what's interesting to me about poker though, is that it's easier when you know the people and you get to know the way they play because you can just play the people. So that's why when I'm playing my high school friends, it's much easier to play. Because I know them so well that I can usually tell exactly there are times when I know exactly what they have in their hand. It's crazy. So it's going to be a little harder with people I don't know as well, but I'm really excited. And I was really excited about the frame because think about the events that you can do. You can now do paid events in that frame, transactions in the frame. You can, limit it by NFT. So there's so much in that makes it so easy for people to opt into events and things like that. So we'll probably be using a similar frame for our virtual meetup, which will be coming very soon at the end of this month. So look for that, and you will need one of our Cup O NFTs. So those did launch today. So let me zip over to that real quick. GM Farcaster, Cup of Wow Wow, and Cup of Mole now available on Hypersub. This is also in a transaction frame, which is pretty cool. We're so excited to launch the next chapter of GM Farcaster Network. Grab a cuppa and come along for the ride. We'll be sharing more info this morning, which is what we're doing now. So you can learn more by getting over to Hypersub and taking a look at the Cup of Wow Wow or the Cup of Mole. Both are available. Mole is unlimited. Wow Wow is limited to 100. And we gave a little alpha last night to our chat group. So we already have I haven't checked today, but as of last night, like immediately, we had 2 Wow Wow subscribers. So shout out to Yes to Crypto and Links. And for those who were subscribers back in January or who are in our chat all the time, we're adding on a little extra month or 2 here and there as we go, depending on your subscription. So just be aware of that. I see you. Hypersub it is. Yes, I see floating Brian's right now, which is pretty funny in our chat. If you're not on our live chat, you really should pop by sometimes because it's hilarious and I love them. And this is why we give them free things. Even though Adrienne's trying to hold me back. She's like, we're starting a business. Can we not give
away all the free? Just give away all the free things. It's fine.
Just give away everything. I give away everything. I'm trying not to, because we do need to sustain this because we're going to be full time very soon. I have to go. I'm going to zip over to something different because this was really cool, really amazing, and I'm looking forward to learning more from July. Today, Faust is announcing Rock, a reality oracle computer that notarizes reality on chain. For the past 3 years, we have been venturing into the great beyond at the intersection of deep tech and crypto, we're building a new kind of hardware from the bottom up that is designed for Ethereum. Read on below. And I suggest you go read this thread from July. There's a lot to it. I think we're going to be seeing more about this as time goes on, but really interesting. And, July is, I think, one of the more interesting folks on Farcaster who always just intrigues me so much. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where that goes and learning more about that. Any thoughts on that?
I have not had a chance to read
You
it.
gotta go dive in.
And
Go dive in and follow Faust, which is Faust. Go follow that channel as well, and just pay attention to that because I think that's going to be really interesting. I'm
But
very
do you ever just
curious.
think to yourself that how lucky you are to be in this place where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, you get the little drops of preview of what's to come.
Of the future?
And yeah, and it's
Actual
like the
future?
early stuff. It's like early stuff for the early people, for the
Yeah.
early. So I can't wait. I'm gonna read
Oh
that
my
today.
God. It's so exciting. And one last thing, I want to shout out to your background, and this is from Outcasters Snapshot 35, covering the week of March 3rd to the 9th. And the artwork and curation was by our buddy Cameron. And I love this particular piece that's behind you right now. I just think it looks really cool, especially as a background. And also from Ghost Links was the top 30 channels, including replies. And we're seeing pretty much the same kind of crew, Degen, LP, Base, Farcastles. Shout out to my Team North. And not too many changes, but we do see also in there art and memes and design. And I love seeing that those are hanging out in the top channels as well. So not just the meme coins, but also we are here for the art. So very exciting to see that. Excited to see Outcasters, always a beautiful read. And I love the background that Cameron did for you today, even though he didn't realize he was doing that. That is it. That is our time. Adrienne, I know there was so many things that we didn't get to. By the way, yes, Attack South is what you want to do there in the Farcastles channel. The North is organizing. Just for those who are playing Farcastles, the North is getting a little fed up with all the losing streak that they've been on for this whole entire time. So we're gonna see what they can do, but also Attack South. That's it for me. Adrienne, anything else before we wrap?
No, but I love my background. I'm going to use it in all my meetings this week. It's super cool. Last week, a few weeks ago, you did GM Farcaster Explains with Rachel Wilkins.
Yes.
And I am recording another one today.
That's right. I forgot.
I'm excited to drop that this week.
Do you want to tell them who you're going to be chatting with? Because some of our regulars may know her.
Chatting with Sasha Red.
This is going to be so fun.
Went famous for her I do social media and I don't get
this. So
what the F is happening here. So really excited to talk to her. And
I'm so excited to see this interview. I think it's going to be so fun. I loved her whole is East Denver a person? Who is this? I mean, I loved all of that. Because we are her and she is us. And we understand. We feel you. And I'm very excited for that. So we'll look for that later this week. And everyone, we will see you Wednesday. We'll be back Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. for another 21 minutes of Farcaster News to start your day. Have a lovely Monday. Bye-bye.